More of this. But this time, we finished the first one, so it's Spuro 2. Purple Boogaloo. Now here's a nasty little controversial opinion. I think of the original trilogy, or at least the reignited trilogy. I haven't actually played the originals.
Is this rain ever gonna
Well, I'll
stop?
finish in a second.
I've forgotten what
You
the
get to
sun
wait for
looks
this
like.
amazing opinion of mine.
We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm. Somewhere sunny. Dragon Shores, yeah. I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork.
It's fucking adorable.
Is it working, Professor?
Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto more angry.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, and teeth like this, and they can spit fire like this. They sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working! It's working! I've got a dragon!
Huh? Whoa, rough landing. Hi, which way's the beach? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that pussycat?
Hey. I'm gonna strike for saying that. Come on. Come on, Spyro.
Someone forgot to invite me.
Inappropriate.
To the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons. Yeah! Crush! Kill it! Kill it! Go, you imbecile! You ate my scepter! I'll deal with you later!
Why? Just kill him.
Who was that jerk?
That was Ripto, and we have to get rid of him. He's causing all sorts of trouble around here, but I haven't got time to explain. Here, take this magic guide to Avalar. It'll help you begin to understand.
Oh, you just have one of those?
Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute. How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
Alright. Enough fun and games. Here's my controversial little opinion. Spyro 2 is the worst of the three. Why are you booing me? I'm right. It's not a bad game. But of the original trilogy, it's easily the weakest. People like to talk about it like it's the best because of Ripto as a villain, but as you just saw, just having presence doesn't make you much of a villain. Just means you're on screen. And there are lots of other things that I'll get into. As we play. Though giving Sparks more character is undeniably a quality of this game, which is then built on more in the third. So speaking of Ripto as a villain, like you might have heard me point out in that beginning cutscene, he really isn't a threat to any degree, and it only gets worse as you go on. So far he has 2 soul qualities,
Hi, Spyro.
from what we've gathered.
And she asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress.
Yeah, anyway.
That zap means
Yeah, I know. His 2 soul qualities so far that we know of is that 1, he hates dragons, which is just an opinion, just informs his actions. It doesn't really necessarily make him a villain, just because our hero is a protagonist. Makes him antagonistic, but not, you know, hateable or sympathetic or anything like that. And here's money bags.
The dragon everyone's talking about. Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross. Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want,
Spyro,
free
was
of
it?
charge. I hope we meet again when you have even more gems.
And what was your name? Money Flabs? Or is that just your body shape? And the other quality that we see from that original, not that intro, cutscene is he's incompetent and so is his minions. I mean, seriously, neither of the minions do anything except
We gem cutters are a bit too short to climb these ladders. And it looks like you are
create
too.
opposition
After
to
you learn
himself.
Come back to Glimmer to see me.
And then he just walks away. And yeah, you wonder why anyone would be afraid of him at this point. He hasn't got his backstory yet or anything, but honestly it only gets worse. But this brings us to my second complaint about Spyro 2 as opposed to the others.
to get a good look around.
I know. Backtracking. Very unnecessary backtracking. This room, it's the first world. Haven't even got to the hub world yet. This is just the tutorial level, basically. First world. And I already have to come back for like 1 orb for the collectibles in this game as opposed to dragons.
Spyro, thanks for helping us fight off the lizards. Please take this Talisman of Glimmer as a sign of our gratitude.
And talismans are the other one. The other main collectible, but
This
they're only
magic
for 2
portal
hub
next to
worlds.
you will take you to Summer Forest.
But yeah, you have to learn skills, which is in itself fine, but they're always introduced at a time that would force you to go back to at least 1 or 2 levels per hub world to
These little
do
lizards have eaten my entire
one
box of gems.
collectible.
Tried hitting them with rocks, but they're too fast for me. You can try using one of my rocks. If you have any questions, just ask me.
1 collectible along the main path, which is something I'll talk more about in 3, because they do it a little differently. It still has backtracking, but you'll see when we get there.
Nice shooting. Follow me to the next
But you'll see how annoying it gets in this game. But remember, I still do love this game. I'm just confused at why 2 always gets all the fame over 1 and 3, which I think are both better.
You can spit pretty far, Spyro. See if you can spit all the way to the lizard.
That's not a skill I'd ever hoped I'd be complimented on. Bruh. You can yeet a mad loogie. Thanks, you big-eared twerp.
To hit that lizard up high, you'll have to aim. Press the action button to aim.
Really?
Press the attack.
You'll have to aim? When you throw shit at people, you have to aim? Well, that's it. This game is just unrealistic now. What are these rocks made of? Why do they explode? What black market is this place anyway? You know how sketchy you are, mate? I don't know why people are worried about a villain as incompetent as Ripto when they've got this guy with his bloody napalm rocks that he just uses on the local wildlife. And then he hops away. Like, what are these things actually doing besides dancing in hard to reach places? Spyro, I really wouldn't put that in your mouth. Have you seen what it does to these people? These lizards. Shit. These emoji looking rage face. Scalebacks.
Yay! You've saved my crop of gems from the lizards.
Crop
Here,
of gems?
take this orb.
Oh, this is...
Some girl with wings dropped it here yesterday.
Some girl with seriously, Glimmer is the black market of Avalar. But I really do like the luminescence in this room. It shines off my nips just right. My glorious luminescent nips. Here's another thing that's...
Great! The Superflight power-up is active, and you can
Yeah.
restart our gem.
Oh yeah, also this is the game that introduces mini-games. If you can call most of them that. But we'll get to those. So far it's okay. But... in the first game, and then they change it back again in the third game, because obviously it's better. Enemies drop gems, so they're included in part of the overall collectible
Thanks
count,
for helping me light the lamp, Spyro.
if indirectly,
Barry gave me this orb, but I
which
like
is a good
gems
idea.
better. You take it instead.
But in this game, enemies don't drop. It's even more indirect. Enemies don't drop gems. You suck the soul out of them, which is obviously pretty rad. But you've got to kill a certain number of enemies per world to send their souls to a gate like that, which unlocks a power-up like flying, which enables you to do one or more mini games or retrieve one or more collectibles. And that last one is the one I have to backtrack for. But I mean, it's not bad. It's the least egregious of the negatives about this game, I'd say. But, you know, it just adds to a otherwise less interesting gameplay loop in this game compared to 1 and 3.
Oh no! Oh, hello.
Is that the extent of his devious plans?
Introduce ourselves before.
Redecorate?
My name's Alora.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gem cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah.
Gem
they gave me a
cutters.
souvenir, too. They called it
Sure.
a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
Well, there are
How
14
the hell did you
talismans
fit that in a
Avalon,
book?
And they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them,
The thing was bigger than the book itself.
Defeat Ripto. Hunter, where have you been?
Oh, I got a little lost.
Spyro's gonna help us collect the talismans.
I am?
He is.
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep
Usually
them in
doesn't
your
take much convincing, obvious.
Hey, I can
Seriously.
do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Why doesn't he?
You can't even keep track of your running shoes.
That's
How
not an
can we
answer.
trust you with 14 talismans.
And those are
If you come across any
insignificant.
orbs, they're important too. But I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
I just gotta say one thing. People, from what I've heard, people like Alora better in the originals. I think it's mostly because of voice acting or something, but I don't see how you can complain with Alora in this game. She's probably got the best model. Maybe second to Spyro, depending. Subjective. She's got the best model out of all 3 games. And the voice acting is still really good. She might be the best part of the second game.
Spyro, this is the homeworld called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start
Taken
by
over.
retrieving the talismans from each of the
It's a
worlds
funny
you
way of
visit.
putting it. There was this giant castle that seemed to be inhabited by one oligarch douchebag who did not need this much space, no matter how fat he actually is. And Ripto has 2 large pets. Kinda seems fair to me. You can keep the castle. I mean, he didn't actually take the deed or anything, as far as I can tell. He just, as I said, redecorated. He truly is a menace to society.
Hey, Spyro. Ripto smashed this bridge, so I guess you'll have to glide across
Ah,
it.
and it
Press the
did
jump
property
button,
damage
then press
to
jump
the
again
property
when you
he
don't
now
care.
owns. He now owns. That was a stroke and a half. I don't remember all this bloom that's in the second game. Compared to the first one, this game is shines like a star. Forgot about that. Or didn't notice it, rather. I mean, it's not bad, it's a big difference. Is it concerning that everything in this world glows? Should Spyro maybe consider looking into some sort of protective wear?
Hi, Spyro. You look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting
You
it
look
to a
like your
test.
lips aren't moving
See
in
if you can
sync.
get up this first step. Press the jump button and hold it down to get more hang time. Okay, not bad. Now to make this next jump, you'll have to glide. Press the
Yeah,
jump
you already
button.
told me that 15 seconds ago.
Nice job. Now try to do a hover.
And a
Press the
hover
jump
is this
button,
game's
press
big
jump.
platforming gimmick that they introduced.
There you go.
And that was it.
Now for the hardest leap of
A
all.
little,
You'll have to give this one
a tiny
everything
little
you
double
got.
jumpy thing
Get a walking start,
at the very end of the
jump,
glide.
and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform.
It's important, but it's, oops. And it's something I'll demonstrate in a little while, as soon as I get back. But it's pretty minuscule to, doesn't exactly revolutionize the platforming in any conceivable way.
This one's
Yeah, I know.
wow, you're a pretty good athlete. If I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
Now you might notice something here. What's that? In Spyro 1 I died every time I touched the slightest drop of water. What is this all about?
Sorry, Spyro. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your
Spyro swims now. Well, it doesn't just yet. But here's how we backtrack. And we've got to go specifically into a new world. The only one being Colossus. That's the only one available. Before we can go back to the first one and use our new swimming ability. Because we can't get enough gems from the hub world without swimming, the exact skill that he teaches. And there's another point people like to rave about in this game. Little cutscenes at the beginning and ending of every world that give you a sort of mini plot to each world. Every world has its own little narrative.
Has been rampaging around our home, but we've managed to trap him by shutting all the doors. If you talk to the other brothers, they will open the gates and guide you to him.
And they're usually just in the form of a joke. Thing is, they're not bad or anything, but they really don't add anything. They're supposed to be funny, but most of them aren't, and you say, oh well, they're intended for children. But, like the one we just saw, most of them are incredibly brutal as well. Like those two dudes just got ripped apart by a Yeti.
By concentrating, I should be able to open.
And it's not always implied, sometimes it does happen on screen. And I don't think even kids would find that funny. There's just no actual joke there. It's just a, look how quirky I am. And the little plots that are introduced for each world, yeah, they always resolve themselves. There's no reason for Spyro to go here. They just give you the talisman at the end. So there's really no point for us really needing to know it either. Let me make sure there's no skill point here. Oh no, Idle Springs. Alright, I've made one mistake so far. There is one other world you can go to before learning how to swim. So you have a choice.
Who needs a key when you know how to chant like this?
I guess this kind of detracts from one other point because this one doesn't require any swimming like Idle Springs does in order to 100%.
Your flame attack should easily take care of block.
Yeah, I've already figured that out because one of those enemies was back there. Keep up. The fairies are a little slow.
Each time you defeat an
Yeah, I know. Still, the backtracking is annoying. And the cutscenes, well, not...
Hey, look what I can do.
They don't take away anything. They don't add enough to really justify the time that it would take to make them, as opposed to maybe adding something of more value to this game, like, say, better minigames. But we'll find out all about that as we go.
Remember Hunter's advice. You will glide farthest if you press the jump button again.
I was about to make a snarky comment on that, but honestly, I forget to do that all the time. Because it's not always necessary. Sometimes you can just, most of the time you can just glide whenever you want. Oh look, we're already at the end.
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I think you should torch that Yeti. He's pretty tough, though. In fact, I'm not sure you're up to it.
You mean like a boss fight? Oh, this should be neat.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that. I guess he was all bark. Ruff, ruff. Anyway, I was
What?
just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti didn't eat it.
Why would he? It's made out of gold. That would be pretty hard. Also, are you comparing Yetis to dogs? You didn't pass 7th grade science, did you? Spyro science. Now it all makes sense, actually. Anyway, I hope you liked that boss fight. Oh wait, there wasn't one. Like I said, Spyro never actually helps. All you have to do to earn the talisman is get to the end of a level. There's no real goal. And you could say the same for the dragons in the first one and you'd be right. But it doesn't position the dragons as some sort of big extrinsic goal for every level. It's just another collectible. It's part of the core gameplay loop.
Ah, Spyro, welcome. We have found that hockey is a peaceful and calming sport. Would you like to join in a match against our goalkeeper?
I would.
You have 2 minutes to score 5 goals in the red goal.
I'm gonna complain a lot about minigames, but honestly, the hockey, this is probably one of the best in the whole trilogy. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. No, I'm not. Nah. That was what we call the Uno reverse card. Play that all the time in hockey. And that was just on you. And that was also just on you. What? Oh. Right, I don't. It's just about getting goals on him. It's no goals against me in this first round. Which way am I going, bud? Which way am I going? Can I just... I can just carry it in like it was football. I did not know that. I'd never tried that before. I assumed it wouldn't work. But you can just... Okay. That's what was supposed to happen. He was just bugging out. Cool. Pro hockey skills.
Well done. Have this. Would you like to try a game of one-on-one?
I would.
The first to score 5 goals wins. You are shooting at the red goal. Off you go.
But I don't get a goalie, do I? No. I am both my offense and defense. Oh, I do get a goalie. Also, you can just do this. Now, get back here. What do you want? No hockey for you. What? I play by the rules. Don't you know the classic rule of hockey? You're allowed to give your opponents third-degree burns at any time. It is a contact sport.
Well,
Oh, what'd I get the skill point for?
have this. If you stare at it long
No, probably
enough,
for getting
you
5-0.
might not see anything.
Oh. Truly are a wise man. Yeah, it's getting 5-0. Oh, yep, to me. 1-2, 1-2. You can have it back. And you can... What was that? It clearly went in the goal. But he hit it out of it. What kind of game are you running here? First it was a black market, now it's blood sport. Alright, what have we got left? Yeah, we still got to do the whole shadow thing, right? Shadow the head bug. Where do you go for that? I can still maintain that the world design is really good. Still has... It's a bit more of an open experience rather than having, say, A path, B path sort of thing like Spyro 1. Although, of course, that varies from world to world. But generally speaking, it's more of one large open area.
To flame all 10 statues, I'm sure you would chase it away for good.
Okay. Property damage for the greater good. The greater good. I know all about that from my Skyrim playthrough. But yeah, no, you still get little exploratory areas, like you should, and little platformy challenges, in addition to things like minigames and stuff. Which is why I still think this game is good. It's still a brilliant Spyro game. Still does a lot for the core. It just needed to go a little further to refine all those additions it made. And not add stupid things like backtracking. Speaking of backtracking, I guess this is sort of interworld or intra-world backtracking. But I don't mind it too much because, as I said, it still works. It still motivates you to explore by giving you a specific objective that aligns with going around the world and finding things like a, you know, collectible or collectathon. There's nothing up there. What the hell? Ah. You gotta do the stone base, not the actual statue. Neat. Or the hitbox is just sort of off. Maybe the last one is at the hockey oval. Or in here. No. Or down here. No. Oh, look, it's the balloons from the first game. Does that mean Cray is around here somewhere? I'll kill that son of a bitch. No, it's not here. I think I always get stuck on one. One of these remaining. Oops. Is it up there? Or am I just wasting my time? Just wasting my time. I always forget where this one is. I've probably passed it like a million times and just didn't notice. Oh, yep. Just like I said.
Well done, Spyro. You've scared the evil spirit away.
Did I?
Why don't you take this? I borrowed it from the temple. They don't need it.
Okay. That's not like sacrilegious or anything, or a serious crime and moral discrepance. Is it because you're a scientist? Yeah, it's because you're a scientist. I'm glad I was able to scare away the spirit with my gross incompetence at finding things in plain sight. See, they're all just, well, not all of them, but so many of them are just brutal murder. It's this weird, really over-the-top punchline with no setup. It's just quirky things quirking.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to learn to swim underwater?
Sure.
Great. Okay. When you jump in the water, you can use your left stick to move around the surface.
Oh yeah, my
Use
left
the charge
stick.
button to dive underwater. When you're underwater, use
Let's use my left stick. Wow, I'm really using my left stick right now. Thanks, Toys for Bob. But even now, I think I might have stated incorrectly earlier that now we could do Glimmer, but no. No, we still can't finish off Glimmer because that's not even the right skill we need. We need climbing, we don't get that to the second world. So that backtracking is just gonna remain on my fucking guidebook. And annoy the shit out of me. And I love that it uses... It's the same water sound, splashing sound from Minecraft. Listen. It's beautiful. It really fits, I mean. Just look at the environment. That's legitimately not a complaint. I'm not being sarcastic, I love that. Usually when you notice sounds from other games, it kind of takes you out of the experience, but for this one, no, it's so fitting. These are the two games I use to chill out and think about life. Spyro's life, Steve's life. I wonder if Spyro and Steve held hands and kissed. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Idle Springs, there we go. So we should be able to 100% this one now. Should probably do the hub world first, but whatever. Little lewd for the family. It's either
The idols we were carving have come to life.
sex jokes or
Out of our temples and stolen our food.
grisly murder. Grisly murder. Why were you keeping your food in your temple anyway? It's generally not what temples are for, unless you worship food. It's still not particularly built for storage purposes. I know you're basically a child, having just been created and everything, but killed you anyway, Mr. Splinter Dick. I had a teacher in high school called Mr. Woodcock, who was a PE teacher, and there always seems to be a Mr. Woodcock in every high school ever. Doesn't matter where you come from, for some reason there's always a Mr. Woodcock. And if he's married, that means you've got to get the joke that his wife's name is Mrs. Splintermouth. Teenagers are so creative.
I've been locked in here with all our tools, and the giant idol heads won't let the workers in unless we can solve the 3 puzzles they've given us.
What do they care?
The first puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
If anything, as a minigame, this isn't that bad, but that's just because it's just like puzzles you'd find in a puzzle book. Okay, now. There we go.
Wow, Spyro, you
I mean,
did
it's
it.
fun.
I
It's
mean,
really not
I
much of a
knew
complaint,
you could
but
do
you
it.
know,
Now, meet me at the pond for the next challenge.
minigame is a hard word to describe that. Or guess it's just a semantic argument, but whatever. Wow, you're lucky you didn't die. That weapon went straight through your chest. I don't know why you guys are worried if you're all ethereal.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable.
Yeah, you're
to
telling me
your attack.
afterwards.
If you
What?
press
If you're trying to teach by doing, then you don't need the tutorial afterwards. If you're trying to teach by tutorial, you need to do it before you already have to deal with the thing you're supposed to be tutorialized about. It's just some weird decisions in this game. Not a big complaint again, but it adds up. Just like my concussions will add up after that pathetic show. Now this level, this world, is one of those ones I said did still have more of a linear progression with sort of just bonus areas attached to the side of the path. And I still love it. They work either way. Again, world design is not something you can really complain about, which is why this is still a great Spyro game.
To aim the camera left or right.
The camera? We're well past the camera at this point. I mean, I know you're supposed to do this one before Colossus, but... Well, supposed to, I don't know. Just... Not really, but... Well and truly know about the camera by now. Isn't this the second puzzle? Oh well.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want a permanent job, we've got a place for you here. But for the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
I guess this is one where we did kind of help with the world plot, but just killing the enemies, and this guy's already kind of waiting at the end goal. I thought you were all locked out of the temple. What were you doing in here? What were you doing in here? All alone while everyone else was being roasted and... Actually, I totally understand. I'm sorry for accusing you. Is this backwards? Yeah, this is backwards. Don't want to go. I finished the second season of Umbrella Academy the other day. Well, I'll say that the second season does make some improvements over the first. I say a lot of the problems that I complained about on Sunday. Time is hard to keep track of. I think they're still present, and some of them are even worse. One of the characters has a daughter, but in the second season she's mentioned once right at the end. As if that wouldn't influence her decisions in any way during the events of the second season. It's just kind of weird. Especially since he doesn't mention it, that we know of, to her new husband. And that kind of thing can get problematic. Not mentioning other people's children when you get married. But like I said, for the most part it does kind of... Can I not just kill? No.
It's fabulous to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals
Have we met?
and send the dancing hula girls over here to help me.
Why are you giving me those eyes? And why does this temple have dancing hula girls? Why are all the girls hula girls? I mean, it uses the exact same facial model as the males, but... Which is honestly kind of disturbing.
The hula girls' ring dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle.
Yo, and I'm just gonna stop asking questions about this place.
Dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb. It could help you go places.
Dancing career? You already have one. You would... Stop asking questions. This place is funky. Should probably get out of here as soon as possible. For our own safety. She gave Spyro eyes that are a little too, less than PG-13. Actually wonder. The skill points back here. Un momento. Actually, am I able to get back? Probably not. Alright, let's go round. I think we have to anyway. Can't remember where the second puzzle is for that guy's puzzle quest. You know all the totems are dead now, and he said they were the ones that were forcing him to stop asking questions. Oh yeah, there he is.
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish.
Oh, those idols. Suddenly this makes a lot more sense. Yeah, you're just gonna... This is Hungry Hungry Hippos and the waiting game. All rolled up into one kind of dull package. Whoops. Shouldn't have did that. Ah, are you not listening to yourself, Corn? Shouldn't have did that. Keep up. But it's not exactly a minigame that really grasps your attention.
Okay, Spyro, just one more puzzle to go.
Puzzle.
I'll meet you over by the
You have an interesting definition of puzzle as well. Fishing is a puzzle.
If you jump on these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the first one is. It's up to you to figure the rest out.
Alright, what's the first one? Oh. Well, that was impressive. You did that without even touching it. Alright, so you just gotta match one of the shapes over the outline or the shape in the center. Oh.
Let's start over.
Right. But you have to match the outline to the outline, or the center to the center. You can't match the center to the outline or anything. So now I've got to do this one. Which means now I've got to do... There's a square. There's no square. Where's that shape again? Shape is not here. Oh, the color as well. You can use the color. Amaginus.
Nice job, Spyro. You're pretty smart for a dragon. All I
Wow.
have to do is this shiny thing I found.
Racist. And I thought the dragons were supposed to be the racist ones. Everyone in this universe is just an elitist prick. Just bury me already. This is so wrong. Alright, but I'm missing 20. I need another 20. it is. And then I need to go to the skill point. Alright, we need to jump on that bitch's head. We need to pull a Mario. In this PlayStation, this originally a PlayStation exclusive game. Oops. And try not to give yourself a concussion. The timing on the hover can be a little finicky. Sometimes you can get too close and it'll just drop you. Like the hover itself won't activate, which is really weird considering the instructions Hunter gave you. Get as close as you can and then press hover. But oh well. Not that that happened in that case, I was just poorly timed. Alright. Let's get the fuck out of this shithole. I guess he decided not to attack them because he knew they'd just call Spyro back to shank him. He was acting friendly out of fear. He's basically a hostage in that situation.
Sparks, the dragonfly following you around.
Yeah, I know. The music really goes with this. Bloom. He's so ethereal.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar.
Well, that was my plan until you stopped me.
Oh, and keep collecting those orbs too.
That was also my
Professor
plan.
thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
He thinks? I'm sure he has enough evidence to know. Considering that's exactly how he got here. What is this guy professor in exactly? Where did he get his degree in Avalar? I haven't seen a university anywhere in these games.
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb.
Shit. More backtracking. Means I can't do the hub world either. So, may as well just go in here. So many places you can't 100% on the first try. Now, hub world's one thing, because you return to it a lot anyway. But it bothers me that there are so many worlds I can't just do in one go, because that's the fun of it. There's no fun in returning.
Trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you find diodes, you can use
set them
to
up?
turn off the force fields.
They look like they have your aesthetic about them with the whole, you know,
Around here somewhere,
electricity
but
gimmick.
my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
In fact, it looks like you'd be used to electricity, considering your head is fucking covered with it. Don't even get me started on... What is your body shape? Why are you a sentient electric peanut? Anyway. Yeah, collect the light bulbs, put them in the sockets. Because these people are incompetent. And the skill point is to destroy those. Yep. What the? I was about to say that's one of those times when the hover doesn't quite work correctly, but apparently neither does the geometry. So whatever. Jesus, why are you people leaving oil on your bridge next to your electric conducting thingies? Jeez, that is... Ursha would have a day with you people. This minigame.
These gear grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
Sounds simple, right? Let's pop one of these in and kill this guy to make sure he doesn't take it. And we can pop the rest of them in, and oh, look at that. The number went up. Not when I put... Not when I replaced the electric thingies like you said, but when I killed that guy. Seems there's a bit of a discrepancy there, right? If I go up here... and I start putting all these in... There we go, looks like I've done them all right. Except if we come back here, this guy's back, and he's knocked them all out. What's that? The minigame isn't about replacing these things and protecting them from minions. It's waiting until the minions respawn and knock them out so you can kill a certain number of them and then do the task he asked of you. Gotta kill 10. That's the minigame. You really need to put one of these in and they'll spawn, so whatever. See? See, they're not on a time limit or anything, they wait until you leave the area so that they can respawn. I know it was early days, but come on, you can come up with better minigames than this. More of that. Fanta discharge. Oops. Wow, that one went right in the puddle of oil. That's pretty fucked. Oh look, they're all dead. 10 out of 10. Now I can do this, and they just won't respawn. Gameplay! I hope you enjoyed that little bit of extreme high-octane action.
Thank you, Spyro. I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones. Please, take it as a reward.
It looks more valuable than your lightning stones, but whatever, I'll rob you. I don't give a fuck. The rest of this level is pretty decent though. One bad minigame, but it's got some good platforming. And interesting enemy combinations and interactions. And weird geometry. Who doesn't love some weird geometry from time to time? Now these aren't part of the Dragon Kingdom, so I'm just stealing these gems from the local inhabitants.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this talisman from the gear grinders. Please, take it as a reward.
Yeah, sure, I'll take the talisman as a reward. Now, I'm not done back, so let me go back to looting your world for all its valuable resources. Alright, now. Yeah, here we go.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear
That
grinders are
one
using
big
it to
over
steal
there.
our electricity.
Thanks for the
Please
specifics.
help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
It's your machine. Whatever. How do these people survive without Spyro around to fix their every little problem? Seems like they should all be dead by now. Ain't that pretty? You trying to tell me there's hope on the horizon for these people? Cause that bullshit, and you know it. Be realistic, God. Yeah, shit. Right, okay. Whoa. It is nice. Just a nice ride along in an industrial dystopian waste. Not a wasteland, but a hellscape, really. This is what 2030 will look like, except without the rainbow. And somehow even more incompetent.
Spyro, you have done well so far. You can have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me.
A reward for reaching the halfway point.
The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them.
Yeah, we know. I know how hover works. By this point in the game. It's only been a necessary component of like 3 other worlds. You want to come on me? Well, I'd give you my address, but I don't want to dox myself. Besides, you don't want another daughter, do you? Because that's how babies are made. So hard. Well, I appreciate the thought.
Spyro, help! The switch to turn off the gear grinder factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there.
That's why you made me come up here? Because you're afraid of noise? Of a machine you built and know how to operate? You little... Was that so hard? Among Us tonight, you can pretend to be my daughter. As much as I want that, I'm afraid I can't tonight.
You can have it if you want.
We can pretend it's bring your daughter to work day on Friday. At our usual time, I'm assuming. Alright, we're done. Is that a bug or a bug man? Actually, I was under the impression it was an electric peanut with blue skin. Alright, let's have a nice day on the beach. Before we return home to the beach. Oh, look. I was about to say human traffic, but
It's a good thing you're here.
turtle trafficking.
Shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety. I'd be mighty.
This is a family game, remember? You don't want to play tonight, or you don't want to pretend to be my daughter? We should make a definite time for Fridays so I can sort stuff. No, I can't play tonight, I'm afraid. I'll pretend to be your daughter anytime, but yeah, no, I'll have to reserve Among Us till Friday. This is another level that I can't finish on the first run. I have to backtrack for this one as well. Also, there's some weird interspecies stuff going on because these starfish fall in love with you. Where's Hentai Raptor when you need him? That's right up his alley. Man, that floaty tube gave him protection from third-degree burns. It's one hell of a floaty. Is this the only Spyro game that came out on PS4? If so, I think I have it. No, I think they re-released a lot of the PS2 and 3 ones on PS4. As far as, I don't know, I don't actually own a PS4, but this one is definitely on PS4 as well. Also, I'm led to believe that these three kids are from that one guy, except he's green. So, he gets around. See, you have to fucking backtrack. Again. It's like the third world in this hub. I don't know why they felt the need to add so much backtracking into the game.
Workers have captured most of our baby turtles, and the boxes they put them in are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame attack, maybe you could break open the boxes and release them.
Are you just mocking me? If you had a more powerful flame attack, maybe you could help us. Are you about to play the turtle race card? I am. Trust me, if you'd seen the rest of this playthrough, you'd know how elitist these dragons really can be. It's the, in this universe, it's my headcanon that they have a dragon nation policy. A mirror dragon first. Yep. Make Avalar great again. And that really does spell out Marga again. Shit. Got a little unker there. Also, it's a little concerning to me that they make their buildings out of turtle shells. That's, yet another reason why Spyro... the Spyro universe is just fucked. And should not be consumed by children. Can I kill these kids? Ah. I don't understand why every game doesn't have an option to kill children. Anyone else shouldn't be consumed by children? Whatever Hentai Raptor is alluding to? Poisons. That too. Unless you really want some peace and quiet.
Hello, young one. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him?
What do you care? You make buildings out of your turtles. And I can tell that's okay with you because you... As we found the evidence for earlier, you get around. You make enough children that you could probably allow them to do that. So don't start seeming sincere to me now. I'm onto you, fucking creep. I mean, also look at what you're allowing me to do to your weird inbred cousins here. I beat them senselessly.
The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this
Safe,
talisman as a token of
sure.
our gratitude.
Are they live births or eggs? I don't think I want to know. We'll get David Attenborough to do the Spyro universe. Alright, there's one more thing I can do here.
Most impressive. Please take this sacred thingamajig as a token of our everlasting gratitude.
And that's all we can do on one run. Well, that kid died. Or at the very least, more brain damage than he already appeared to have. What are those trophies? They're... which ones? The green gems or the ones that look like this that are called talismans? They're both just arbitrary collectibles.
Nice work, Spyro! The orbs you're carrying have activated the special portal. You won't find a talisman in Ocean Speedway.
Yeah, the green
Fast, you'll get
orbs.
lots of treasure. Have
They're just
fun.
called orbs. And they have some sort of significance to these people. And that's about it. Basically, you just use them to open doors. I talked about this a bit when I was playing the last game. The flight levels, especially when you're playing this as the reignited trilogy like this is, where you sort of just play one game after the other. Shit. Despite my fuck up just there, I have a sort of anti difficulty curve, because these ones in the second game have so much more of a pathable structure than the ones in the first game. Plus you have the experience from the first game to deal with the mechanics. So generally speaking, these aren't really hard at all, especially when you've already played the first game, which is included in this trilogy. I think this is the only real difference, is that in the second and third game they can possess those speedway things, unlike the first one. And they have these hidden minigames in them,
Well, let's see if you're as good as the current champion.
which is an entirely different game type. Well, not entirely different, but
All right, Spyro. Meet the course champion. In order to win the race, you must fly through all the rings. But beware, if Hunter flies through a ring first, the ring will start to shrink.
and this is just follow the dude. She gives you a warning about the rings shrinking if Hunter goes through them first, but you're supposed to follow him, so you don't really need to worry about that, because you should be right behind him. Assuming you're succeeding. I mean, if you go off and do your own path in this bit, you'll definitely lose. And they definitely intended that, because all the minigames in the following Flight Worlds also use this gameplay loop.
That was some excellent flying.
Which one's this one? Ocean Speedway. What have I got to do? Under 110, okay. Shit. 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 Kept getting stuck on geometry. I guess it's adding in these timed challenges is what really makes the difficulty curve in this game. There we go. Alright.
Say, Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall. Ah, yes. The sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
Yeah, good for me. Good for you, mate. You look like you have a monobrow, by the way. Just thought you should know. Okay, but that guy's gonna die now.
The funny funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water.
How are they holding shock sticks underwater?
Unless someone activates the switches they're guarding.
What the? Oh no, I'm not underwater yet. That's later. I was about to say. What's with those guys and hating on sea life anyway? First they traffic turtles and now they suffocate seahorses. They have some weird beef with seafood. Or they really love some seafood, it's one of the two. Either way, I can understand the motivation. And this is the gimmick of this level. You progress through a... well, it's a circuit really. Opening up pipes to flood them all. So that you can add verticality into it. Except not the usual kind of platforming verticality there. The water level one. Everyone's favorite kind. And I've got to destroy seaweed, don't I? Yeah. Except I won't be able to do it underwater without the power up. Okay, never mind. Okay, now he's doing it underwater. That's some bullshit. I call shenanigans on that.
Hi, Spyro. You must be tougher than you look to get here. All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you borrow my submarine, though, for a modest fee, of course. A pleasure doing business with you, Spyro.
Why does it cost 100 gems
100% shark-proof.
to use your high-tech submarine, but 400 gems to lower a wall? And that wall looked like it was at least a century old. Shit, it made me automatically jump off the top of the tower. See, they hit the crabs as well. That's not even racist, that's... What is that when you hate everything that lives in water? Can't even really call that kingdomist because there are both mammals and fish and other kinds of kingdoms of animals that lives in the water.
Our world is wet again.
Yo, dude, keep it to yourself.
Of Aquaria Towers to remember us by.
Actually, I was hoping to forget after what you just said. I never noticed how much mixing the textures of water and super flame makes Spyro, especially his horns, look so chromatic. Neat. Some weird interactions between the lighting systems. Which just seems to be a theme of Spyro too. See, I don't need your weirdly inexpensive submarine. Douchebag. Still okay, but I gotta say the adding the swimming mechanic kind of makes all this regular gem collecting a lot more, or a little more tedious. It's not the worst though. It's not as fun as the usual mechanics. There's less fluidity to it, which is ironic.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to
How
ride on
are
his
you
back.
talking underwater? Like, I can accept not drowning because Spyro is doing it somehow, but also he's a magical dragon. You're part of the cat family. You should be. This should be your personal hell, but whatever.
Great! Hop on his back and guide him through each of the bubble rings as they appear. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up.
Your compassion astounds me. And why can't you do this?
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that.
Well, for
Here,
doing your job
take
for
this
you.
orb.
Yeah,
I
I'd
found it
say.
from one of my flippers. Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course? Okay, good luck.
Why are there bubbles coming from your hands? How much oxygen is trapped in your fur? Is that how you're breathing underwater? And talking? Ah, weird. They're just weird, dude. Should get that checked out.
Incredible! You've got real talent. I could use
Yeah,
a partner
you don't.
like you. You can have the orb I found in my
You
other
could use a partner like me? You just mean you can't do it. Why would I want a partner like you since I did everything? Yeah, good luck with that crazy scheme, arsehole.
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and have hidden them in the top of each of these numbered towers. I borrowed some explosives to blast open the tower doors. If you can make it to the top of the 6 numbered towers, my children will be safe.
Just because I can make it to the top doesn't mean they can make it to the bottom. Considering, you know, the death trap. Although it does just magically turn off once you get up there. There is 2. Is it back up there? It's probably back up there. Oh, it's right here. What was that sound? That was a little too much like the old, You guys heard that, right? And that was supposed to be a kid. And why was he spinning around like he had some sort of concussion? This game. So many weird implications. You hear it, right? It's not... Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. How old are these guys exactly? Because they're getting a little too excited to be rescued. It's weirding me the fuck out. Oh, the camera does not work in these places. Well, that one was easier than the last one.
You did it! Now we can swim in peace. I heard that you're collecting orbs. Please, take this one.
Where are all those bubbles coming from you? Are you just constantly farting? Dude, you're supposed to be a king. Have some bloody etiquette. Alright. Well, you kind of earned that one. That was kind of a morbid joke, dude. Now look at this head that I just found.
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open.
Alright, is that all of them? Yeah, looks about right. Except for the 2 we can't fucking complete. Well, there's 3.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar.
Yeah, be sure to let us know.
Last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There, that's the last orb in place. Now let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah? How about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
Idiot.
Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you... Where are we? No dragons? Wonderful. Crash, go back and pack my bags. We're
Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
But don't shut it down. They're about to go back through it.
I can't see the
Or at least
switch.
one of them.
I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush! Go through the portal, you idiot!
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar. Quickly!
And why didn't he just go through before they could do that? He was watching them.
Now, you despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah. I, would have gone after him, but didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, could we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
See, it's just incompetence. His sole quality is incompetence, as with his minions. Now hold on. Alright. Whoa, this is some green ass lighting. I don't remember this. Now, we've got to do this without taking damage. I seriously don't remember it being this green. I remember it being darker. Did I fuck up the oh, here we go. What was that anyway? Oops, got too far away. Shit. Alright, he does too. He might do 3 now. No, still 2. Yeah, now 3. Gotta set him off. See, even the boss fights, just portrayed as completely incompetent villains. What? Reminds me of the sound clips from Pokemon Snap.
You may have been able
That's
to
ironic.
defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
You're calling him a simpleton? I wish you'd just get beaten by a fairy.
Golf, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful. What? Go! Get me out of here! So long, dragon.
Don't try to act menacingly.
What a wuss.
I just killed half your army. Or rather, half your army just killed itself. And we celebrated by redecorating. But the other thing is, a villain should be... Actually, maybe this makes more sense now that I think about it. Considering a villain should always be... No, hold on.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. Oh, if Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. No! Why you...
And he's dead. I like more redecorating. Isn't this fun? But a villain should be equal to the protagonist, so that a proper challenge is created for the narrative to have tension. And I was about to say, considering Ripto is completely inadequate, it's made even worse by how incompetent the heroes are, but I've just realized that actually makes perfect sense. The only reason there's tension in this plot is because Hunter, Laura, and the Professor are so stupid. Like, they had the perfect opportunity to get rid of one of the minions. Just let him go through the portal, take care of himself, and then close it. Situation resolved. But no.
Legend has it that there is a
They had to
portal
keep
Zephyr.
their antagonist within range,
Legend also
not
has it
sealed
that
away.
I know how to activate it. Furthermore, as I recall, the legend mentioned something about me activating it for a small fee. Thanks for the gems, Spyro.
So you can't even call Ripto that hateable because he's just...
Burger shop in Skilos Badlands.
There's just nothing to him but stupid. Not even hateful stupid, just stupid. Like, he's a little racist against dragons, but you know, that kind of makes sense, given everything we learned about them in Spyro 1. Is it just me, or is the lighting really kind of fucking up? I swear I just saw it. Why are the shadows... Why do the shadows move away from you?
Well done, Spyro. The power from your orbs has activated the world.
What's that smug grin on your face? Fuck that off. This is basically your fault. And Hunter's. And you for letting Hunter anywhere near the portal, knowing what he was. This is just a war between stupid.
Well, well. I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you for, say, oh, I don't know, a small fee.
Yes, do it.
You won't regret it. Okay. When you see a wall,
I already do, because this is kind of
like the one to my left here.
now being my backtrack.
Jump onto it and you will use.
It looks so weird. But now that we've done that, we can actually finish it off back here. We progressed to the new world, only so we could immediately return. Pacing. Like, it's not even woven into the sort of gameplay or narrative. Gameplay narrative. It's just like it is in 3, sort of. Like I said, I'll talk about that then, but it's just unnecessary. Also, this is a really annoying skill, it just slows things down. Why not have, I don't know, real platforming challenges to gain verticality in a world? Instead of just making you buy shortcuts up. That are somehow not shortcuts because they take forever. Alright, how well done. Let's go to Glimmer. Alright, I've got to kill everything again.
We installed some gem lamps in this
Hold on. Gotta go do some mass murder quick. Yes. Cower before your fairly harsh demise. There's another thing about the backtracking. Mindlessly killing everything. Again.
Hey, great! For helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I
Those
was
are
afraid
lamps?
we were gonna have to cancel tonight's baseball game. Here, somebody.
Don't they seem a bit overpowered? Maybe you should just try some, you know, like 500 watt bulbs instead of like the hearts of gods. Alright. Actually, what am I doing? I can just do this. No, I don't want to watch this again. Don't particularly want to do these turtles again either, but here we go. Well, that was worth it.
Hello, young one.
Yeah, I know, the chef.
Your turtle friends will make a very good soup if I can catch them. You can try to save them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Well, that's fucked. Why do these guys really want to go into your soup anyway? Like, I know they get pretty harshly mistreated by the fucking old dude down there. But I mean, look at their faces. They are desperate. They really don't want to live.
So you saved a few turtles. There are more where
Turtles.
those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
Why are you giving me an orb for ruining your lunch plans? Ah, because there are more. You're trying to buy me off?
If you step any closer to the pot, I'll start ringing my bell again.
Well, you're gonna do that anyway. That's your goal, to get the turtle. Fuck it. Let's go. Save the turtles that don't want to be saved. It's not worth it, dude. Looks like a shitty soup anyway. When you die, at least, you know, go out for bistro quality. I don't think this guy's even a real chef. Those turtles had a face of internal screaming, I swear.
Here, take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I
Like somebody
don't
just shot their dog. Why? Because you lost your turtles, you're not gonna eat anything. Potato soup sounds interesting. Alright, fuck it. Do what you want, weirdo. I need to find another gem. Did I leave it up there? Are they already in here? Ah, they're in here. There we go. First hub done. We'll do as much of this specific hub world, and then that might be it for today. But we probably need the last skill for something. Whatever it is, I can't remember. What's the last skill? Alright, smash. It's when Spyro learns how to smash. Even though he's not even in PlayStation All-Stars. And he's probably a bit young for the other kind of smash.
Oh, Spyro, hello! I'm having trouble with this door, but I think some orb power might unstick it. Ah, I see you've collected a good number of orbs there.
Yeah, they're mine. Hands off. Asshole.
I can let you into the little castle over there in exchange for a few gems. What do you say?
Why would I want to be inside the big castle's baby brother? That's disgusting.
No one's been through that portal in years.
Well, I'd hope not.
Never thought I'd find a sucker.
Oh, dude.
You're a shrewd customer, Spyro.
Enough with the euphemisms. This is getting weird. Man, you get around quick.
I would love to let you enter this speedway free of charge, Spyro. Love to. Unfortunately, the speedway rules require me to charge a small fee. You've chosen wisely. I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time.
Yeah, why don't you save the fee and put a couple of bets on me? You know nothing about making money. What kind of shrewd businessman are you even? Why isn't that a nice distance? All that brown. Alright, 100%. Guess we didn't need the next skill for this hub world. But that's all I can backtrack for today. So, I do have to let you know that there won't be a stream this Sunday. I'm busy, so I'm moving it forward to 3 o'clock on Saturday. Only this week. We'll be back to normal schedule next week, hopefully. So be there or kill yourself.